Welcome back to my YouTube, guys. Today we're going to talk about the sad passing today on November 12th, 2018, of Mr. Stan Lee, the creator of Iron Man, Spider-Man, and other comic books he has written throughout the years. Um, I personally did not read his comics. I was more into the Marvel movies. Um, we should not say we. I personally um, knew, considering of the age, and he had a health crisis a few months back. It was just a time coming. He was an amazing person. He always had a great time with people who made his um, comics come to life. He is a big part of Marvel. He always will be. I will always remember him as his little cameos in like Deadpool, Doctor Strange, um, other Marvel movies. Besides that, um, this one right here has probably been crying since I've told him. Would you like to add anything, sir?
So, I'm a big fan of Marvel properties mainly. Really care for Spider-Man, and I really thank Stan Lee for creating him because if you think of the number three of without Marvel, just the number three top heroes that can come to mind. Your first one is either Batman or Superman, but your third one is normally Spider-Man. Um, because Spider-Man is
He's
just.
very emotional right now. He's an emotional wreck. I've been dealing with this for the past 2 hours.
I'm okay.
No, he's not.
I'm
He isn't.
okay.
He is not okay, guys. Just because he says he is doesn't mean he is.
So yeah, Spider-Man, really hits home right here. Um, yeah, I really appreciate what Stan Lee has done for us, and think that Marvel Productions and Disney could bring his properties to life, to the big screen, and not just for us comic book readers, but for all fans and all the new fans that the Marvel Universe has created. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna miss him dearly. It's gonna be sad when we see his cameos because he knew his time was coming, and in order to prepare for that, he filmed, I believe, his 6 cameos. Um, and now maybe down to 4 because I know Deadpool 2 was one of the cameos he filmed, and I think Venom was also one of those. So um, we're gonna have a cameo in Captain Marvel, Avengers, and most likely Spider-Man Far Away. But after that, it's still up in the air. Obviously, I'm going to guess they didn't plan those movies out too far because I haven't heard anything on production news for other Marvel movies after Spider-Man. So I'm going off a general assumption that Spider-Man Far Away from Home is going to be his last cameo. But now with every Marvel movie, we're probably going to get the in memory of Stan Lee, and it's going to be tough, but we enjoy him for creating all of our memories and giving us our personal lives with these heroes. And the show must go on, but it'll be tough.
And another thing I want to point out is this is really creepy, and I believe in what's that word?
The afterlife.
Coincidences.
Coincidences, the afterlife.
Coincidence. I'm not talking about death, dude.
Well, I am now.
Dude, be quiet. So this morning, as I'm getting ready to leave, earlier that morning when I was in the shower, I heard a thud. So I figured our cat had, jumped and was running around. That's what I would assume. But a big coincidence that happened was in like our very first video when we review Venom, you see our Marvel poster hanging up. And I go out there, and this is like hours before Stan Lee has passed. And this little dude had broke off the wall and it just lay there. Now, me personally, I believe stuff like this. Like, I believe it happened for a reason. Do I think it's a coincidence? Oh, yeah. Do I think that, or do I think my command strips are just going out?
I still put it as I think it was a sign that something terrible was going to happen. Because the details aren't clear exactly. There was no big news report about Stan Lee going to the hospital.
Which brings me to, it fell and we thought nothing of it. Because we thought it was our cat. And it wasn't.
But we didn't hear any news the night before like we normally hear with other celebrities. There's usually a health scare.
He did have a health scare, but then he was fine.
Yes, but that was months ago.
Exactly. Not everyone can be
fine
I know, months later.
But what I'm talking about is there was no, like, rush to the hospital or anything. I think it was...
He probably died in his sleep, like, peacefully, dude. Leave it be.
Well, I know that. I mean, we'll get the reports when the autopsy, you know...
He probably died of old age. Let it go.
I am. I'm just saying we're gonna get that report saying more details. They're just keeping it in-house
He thinks there's more to it when...
No, I'm not. I'm not thinking there's more to it. I think he did die of old age because he did have a health scare. But again,
he was also 95.
I understand he was 95, and his conditioning was worsening, and from reading other things about him canceling comic book appearances, a lot of fans were saying the last time he saw him, you know, he was not doing well. The last time I, you know, actually saw a physical of him was at the Avengers premiere, and he was in a wheelchair, so, you know, I knew the time was coming. I was just hoping he was going to live to see the Avengers 4. And I'm going close nets here because the film's been done. It's just being editing. I'm sure in the Marvel property, there's a rough cut or actual... they gave him the script, you know, for at least him to know how the movie end. So yeah, I mean, hopefully he got to, you know, read it, and I'm sure he did. But, you know, it's just gonna be sad when Avengers 4 ends, and, you know, we may not get a post-credit scene now, like we normally think we are. We might just get the in memory of Stan Lee, or if they really want to be awesome, they could do a video of all the cameos he did. That would be pretty cool.
And I'm gonna cut you off. So, that's our take on Stan Lee. He will be severely missed. Even if you're not a Marvel fan, he was a good person, inside and out. So, we will miss you, Stan Lee. Bye.